What's up, people? And welcome to another Lee's Corner. Check this out. Today we have a big show. I'm still gonna try to do it as quick as I can because, like I said, you got shit to do, I got shit to do. We all know this. So without further ado, we're gonna talk about three main items today. We're gonna talk about Kanye West and all the antics that he's been talking about. I know y'all probably done to death with this, but it's very important that I think that we talk about this. There's some context that people are missing behind the Kanye West antics. Number two, we're going to be talking about LA Council members that are racist and they're Latinos. All right. That, and we're going to be also talking about the mock slavery auction in California. It's not the first one. Probably won't be the last one. Mock slavery auction in a high school where black children were participants willingly. That and more on Lee's Corner. Let's go. What's up, people? We back. Check this out. Okay, well, I think the only place to start is the beginning. Kanye West. Let's go. All right, here's the deal. Usually I wouldn't even talk about Kanye West because I don't like giving people who are seeking attention what they want. A lot of things have tumbled out of control with Kanye as of recent. We all know Kanye has been arrogant. He's been called this, that, and the other. He's been called a genius, and I think we use that word too loosely in a lot of things. A musical genius, I mean, okay, I'm not going to hear to dog that brother. That is my brother. He's not a throwaway brother. We don't do that. You got white people out here that support Trump no matter what he does, inciting riots, January 6th, calling, speaking out about blacks and Jews and everybody there, and they still behind him. So I'm going to ride with Kanye. Now, do I agree with his antics? No. Do I think he's saying right? No. But what I'm saying when I'm going to ride with Kanye is not that I believe this old bullshit he's saying, is that I hope the brother gets help. So no, when I say I'm riding with Kanye, I'm hoping he gets help because we can't afford to throw away brothers. Not today. Okay, next, Kanye. First thing we was talking about with him wearing the White Lives Matter shirts to a show, I think it was in like London or some kind of show that he was doing to premiere his new clothing line or whatever the case may be, White Lives Matter with Candace Owens. Now we all know Candace Owens is a conservative chick who believes black people are their worst enemies and always believes the worst in black people. Now we know Candace Owens and people like her, Republicans or regular white people who are racist or white supremacists, love black people who talk down about other black people. Because white people who are white supremacists and people who want to ignore what's going on today would like you to believe that everything is normal, everything is calm. There is no racism in America. When blacks are being killed by police, it's because they beg for it, they're asking for it, they're not following the law. And the ones that are plain and blatant, hey, those were just one-offs and accidents. That's what these racist white folks want you to believe. They don't even believe it, but they don't care. They ain't got no skin in the game, so it doesn't bother you. It doesn't bother them. Now, the funny part about this is what I'm about to say is after the White Lives Matter thing came out and Kanye also saying something about Sean Diddy Combs having to kowtow or bow down or being controlled by Jewish businesses, Chase Bank shut down his account or whatever the case was going to be. Now, I look at it like this. I'm going to dissect this for y'all. I look at it like this. Some people are like, good for you, good God, good job. I'm like, wait a minute. So you took his account away from him for saying something about Jews. Now they're trying to add on. When you see the rest of it, it says because of the Jewish thing he made and his White Lives t-shirts. Why did that come at the end? Because normally Kanye West has been talking about black people forever. You ain't heard him banned from Twitter. You ain't heard him banned from Facebook. You ain't heard him banned from Instagram for stuff he said about black people. And he said a lot of stuff. I mean, all the quotes, I'm not going to say all the quotes, but like slavery was a choice. Stuff like that he said about black people before. No ban, no nothing. Now to us, that's insulting and that's, hating your own people. That's hating yourself. Just like the Jews took the situation that he said that Diddy was being controlled by Jewish people. See, they looked at that as a racial trope. Well, what Kanye said about black people was a racial trope. It wasn't a choice. Slavery wasn't a choice. No, excuse me. Slavery was a choice. That's what he said. Sorry. Slavery was a choice. That's a racial trope. We look at it too. So why didn't that get the same kind of backlash as him saying something about a Jew? Now, let's be realistic here. And this is, anybody want to correct me? It's been known for decades that Jewish people controlled banks, TV stations, and all that kind of stuff. If you don't believe me, go look it up. See, white people already know. That's why they always say stuff to get the racist ones. Jews will not replace us. Jews will not replace us, because they know that Jews do own a lot of media. That's how Jewish people are able to get their words out so quickly, because they own the media, a lot of the media. That is not a racial trope. Those are facts. You can't say something's racist if they tell you something is true. If you own a lot of shit, own up to it. Yeah, I own a lot of shit. That is not a racial trope. If you was to say all Jews are rich, all Jews own property, all Jews, then yeah, that could be seen as a racial trope, just like saying all blacks are fast. Or I can't say black no more. All African Americans are fast. All African Americans are this, that, and the other. But like I said, at least Jews get the cool racial tropes. All Jews are smart. All Jews are rich. All Jews own the land. Shit, you tell me you give black folks, all African Americans are smart. All African Americans are rich. All African Americans, we'll take it. I'll take it in a minute. But see, the thing is, Jews are afraid that if they take on that trope, that people will start to hate them, and it'll turn into the Holocaust that did not happen in America, but happened in Germany. That's what supposedly they're afraid of. That's where this, don't forget, guys, never forget. And I don't have a problem with that. But tell that to Germany. Don't tell that to America, where you're here now. You came here to escape that, right? They even carved out a piece of the country in Israel for you. And you're not even the true Israelites. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not going on that part. My point is, when he said this, everybody started getting upset because he's anti-Semitic, he's anti-Semitic. I'm like, no, that's not anti-Semitic. Saying I hate Jews because they're Jewish, anti-Semitic. Just like you say, I hate African Americans because they're African American. That's racist. Let's get some of this let's get some of this bullshit out of the way. He went on to say, let's see what else he went on to say. Chase Bank cut ties with Kanye after his remark in White Lives Matter. Kanye then went to Twitter and said, we're going to go DEFCON 3 on these Jews. Okay, well, that means we're going to war. Now, could he have been upset because he felt dejected by what they said about closing out his account over something he considered frivolous? Yeah. But the thing is, like I said before, going back to Kanye, was he wrong in these instances for doing this? Sure. But like I said before, let's not be petty, because these banks have taken Ku Klux Klan's money and everybody else's money for decades, hundreds of years, and had no problem. You killing black folks left and right, African Americans left and right, and they still took that money. Oh, it didn't happen until they started realizing that, we can have everybody's money if we stop people from going against others and stop doing business with people who might be hurting our business to get 99% of the business. Oh, because they realize it's not just white people with bank accounts no more. See, they didn't care before. They didn't care. You could be the racist thing in the world. You could have killed 550 million. You could have been corporations that polluted African American towns and everything else, and it wouldn't have happened to you because they didn't care. Now, and it's not because of the love of African Americans or Mexicans that these banks are all of a sudden starting to stand up. No. It ain't wokeism as they speak. No, it's money. It's money. They realize we can have everybody's money if we stand up or appear to stand up for certain people. We can have everybody's money. Do not be fooled. Do not be fooled of having them think that they're on your side, because they're not. The only time you're going to have a bank on your side is probably working in your best interest if you're having an African-American bank. That's the only one that's going to get back to your neighborhood is African-American bank. These other banks ain't owned by your people. They're not trying to get back to you. They're pandering to you because they want your money. They probably don't like LGBT and gays too. Back in the day, they wouldn't have done business with them either. Not outright and knowing. They wouldn't have done a business with the corporation LGBTQ. They wouldn't have done business with them. No. Ugh, spit on you. How dare you? But now they realize we can make more money if we take everybody's money and just say, oh, we denounce this. Oh, we denounce that. And how dare you? Because we do have Jews that work here or maybe even own the corporation. But we can't say necessarily that we have Jews that work here or own a corporation, because that would make his so-called racial trope true. So, once again, not defending Kanye, but just stating facts. Next, we're going to go to DEFCON 3. People then blocked him. Like I said before. Funny how nobody blocked him when he talked about black people. You had Twitter block him. You had such and such block him. You know, at this point, I'm not on Kanye's side, but I do understand. Kanye is proving a very valuable point here. Everybody want to dismiss Kanye as being stupid and dumb and everything else. And you know what? It's like Dave Chappelle back in the day. Don't call people stupid. Don't call people names. Don't call them dumb. Don't call them ignorant. Because when you call them crazy and stupid and dumb, that's dismissive. Maybe they're not stupid, ignorant, and dumb. Maybe, just maybe, the environment they're in is sick. We've all known for a long time Kanye's bipolar or whatever. I don't want to get slanderous on that, but supposedly he's on medication. He needs to be on medication because he has a mental issue. You wrapped it up in his mother dying years ago, who probably kept him in check, and could have made sure that he took his medicine. You wrapped that up in, times where he tried to help the black community by talking about George Bush didn't like black people. The time he tried to do what he thought was a good idea of regulating the idea when Taylor Swift, he took the award and said, I believe Beyonce needs this, supposed to have this award because she had a better video, but due to politics in music, they gave it to you. When he did that, was it the wrong time to do it? Yes. But was he still trying to stand up for a sister? Yes. Black people didn't give him that respect. He's the biggest jackass that ever lived. The president of the United States on a hot mic, Barack Obama, said, oh, he's a jackass. About Kanye. After the whole thing where he took a trophy from the white girl, oh, he's a jackass. Would you have done that if he'd took that trophy from a black person, Mr. Obama? Hot mic or not, that's not something you do. Black folks, we got a bad problem about talking outright and badly about our own people in front of folks, airing our own dirty laundry. You don't see a lot of white folk doing that. Even if they ain't like you that much, they keep that shit inside or they ride or die with them. We the only motherfuckers out here talking and condemning our own people on hot mics and shit like that. It's stupid and it's dangerous and it's wrong. And then you wonder why you get some black people like Kanye, who's mentally ill, or Candace Owens, who turns that corner and goes the other way. That's what I said about me doing a deep dive into this. You can't just look at this and dismiss them as stupid and dumb. You got to do a deep dive in this, a psychological profile, if you would. Let's try that. Let's try this from a psychological point of view of why these people are going through this. Candace Owens, high school, got death threats and things called for her by the mayor and his son. I believe it was by the mayor and his son. She got a lengthy settlement. I think it was $100,000 with the help of the NAACP. But according to her, she don't want to be a part of our culture. There's something that's making certain people like this turn against us. And it's not just the fact that the Republicans and people like the Republicans pay well and good money to see black folks turn against each other, because they probably do pay very well to get this person up to talk bad about other black people. But what happens? Look at Mike Steele, conservative Republican. Soon as he started waking up from that Republican coma and started saying, well, that's not cool. That's not cool. They threw his ass under the bus, tried to talk jump on his name. He was spending federal dollars on strippers and stuff like. Oh, they tried to sully his name in a minute, try to get rid of him because he started to wake up. They did the same thing what Omarosa, Donald Trump did, threw her under the bus. Stacey Dash. It's only a matter for Candace Owens gets on their nerve. Matter of fact, Donald Trump just recently said Kanye done gone too far. He's talking a little crazy. Now, this is from a man who incited a riot on January 6th. This is from a president who incited a riot, who is fighting off multiple subpoenas right now. Go tell Kanye he's done went too far. See what I'm saying? Certain white people can get away with this behavior. Trump is way worse than Kanye in what he says and what he does. He still got folks riding with him. We'll throw away Kanye in a minute for some shit. I didn't like that nigga no way. I just fuck that. But wow, these motherfuckers riding a dime with Trump, and they going to jail for this motherfucker by the buckets for January the 6th, and they still riding with this motherfucker. Now, I'm not saying you have to say what he did was right. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying what you're saying, Kanye, what he did was right. I'm not saying you have to do that. but you can be quiet. Be like white folks. Be quiet on that. You don't speak on that. You just be like, oh, well, do like white folks do. See, black folks, the first one, when we get a serial killer or somebody in the family, we get a serial killer or somebody like that out there, black, damn. Please don't let me be y'all. Please don't let me be black, y'all. Please don't let me be black. He be like, Then we go quiet, right? We be like, why you gotta be black? Why you gotta be black? White folks don't ever do that. White folks got the most serial killers ever. They just act like, hey, he ain't part of my family. He ain't me. He don't represent me. He's just a crazy white boy. Why can't African Americans do the same thing? No, you let everything be on your shoulders. One black guy do everything. Yay, save the race of blacks. Yay. One black guy fuck up. Oh, you done destroyed us all. Damn. No, that's that motherfucker. Do like white people do. Oh, he needed help. Yeah, he needed help. Yeah. He was probably mentally disturbed. Yeah. When it's such, y'all let white people characterize it. Oh, that animal. Oh, you can't even be human to do what he did. No, that's when we need to jump in. No, he was just so sick. And, this community that he's in, this hating of African Americans just broke him. I mean, what else can you say? No, y'all dumbasses want to go out here and start talking shit about the man on national TV. No, shut up. Be quiet. Shh. You know what they say? If you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. Be quiet. Shh. Be quiet. White folks don't need none of your help degrading your people. They don't need your help. They've had a 400-year head start. They don't need your help. Be quiet. When it comes to Kanye West, like I said before, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm going to say just that about Kanye, and I'm going to leave that as it is. Fox News love Kanye West. Love him. Now they're backpedaling because of the Jew comment. Oh, they had him on there talking to Tucker Carlson. He was going all off. Yeah, man, and this, that, and the other. And, I just feel like this way, and I feel like white lives matter too. And, think about what this brother's doing. If y'all just take a minute to think, use your mentals. He is trying to get approval from white people. Why? Maybe, I'm not in his head, but maybe because he did not get the approval from African Americans that he wanted. And I'm not talking about the money. I'm not talking about the music. I'm not talking about the albums. I'm talking about his stance on things. Because a lot of his stances to you have sounded crazy. Come on, we all know Ye has said some things that sounded crazy. And he's like, I'm just trying to talk. It's some people don't know how to put it out there correctly, so it comes out sounding crazy. And when they don't get that feedback, they're so sensitive souls that switch can flip. And especially if you already have mental issues. I'm just trying to enlighten your mind right now what could be possibly going on here. I'm just trying to, because some people just can't get it out the way they want it to get out, and it comes out sounding a different way, and then we bag on them and add fuel to the fire, and then wonder why they go the other way. Just saying. What else we got here? Candace Owens. Even Candace Owens is distancing herself from. She was at the thing with him with the white shirts matter t-shirt on. She was there with him. I don't know what he was saying. I don't know what he meant by that quote about we're about to go, to war with the Jews. I don't know what he meant by that. She's even trying to distance herself. See? And then he gets on, what was that guy's show? Piers Morgan. And it's like his daddy's talking to him. Admit that that's a racial trope. Well, maybe, and you can see him wanting the approval. Trying to get the approval. Y'all, come on. Some of this is just basic psychological stuff. Y'all got to go past to just being mad at Kanye and all that kind of stuff. It's one thing to be mad. Right. And like I said, he's showing you something very invaluable, though. He's showing you something very invaluable. I can take all these white people and make them dance for me by saying a few little things. But look how quickly they jump off of me when I say one thing that they don't like. But when I'm saying what they like, look how quickly they jumping on my back and loving me. Look how quick Trump loves me. It's so easy. If he came out tomorrow and said this was all an act, I just wanted to show y'all how easy it is to play these white folks and make them sing to my tune. Just by stroking their ego and telling them that black people, we need to learn how to do this, and I'm a God-fearing. All you got to do is tell white folks that you God-fearing. White folks, please. White folks that are racist like this and these white supremacists, and even if you're not racist, but you're working for these networks and they're trying to get you to do bad stuff and you do it anyway, you can't tell me about my soul if you don't have one. Like I've often said this before, and I'll say it again, white and African people do not have the same God. Whites and Africans do not have the same God. These white people who honestly believe and all this kind of stuff, these white supremacists and everybody else who claim whatever they want to claim, and they ain't helping out black folks and they ain't trying to do the right thing, we do not have the same God. And I'll tell you why. My God doesn't have in there hold everybody down but white people. My God doesn't say that. My God says I'm supposed to love everybody. I'm supposed to treat everybody with respect. That's what my God says. What does your God say? Obviously not the same thing. White people have came in the name of God and killed so many people and done and raped and pillaged so many people in the name of God. Now you show me where that's in the Bible at. It's not. So that's why you got to wonder about white folks. You got to wonder, you got to be careful about these white people. You got to be careful because they claim they God people. You can see, you're supposed to be able to see people who are Christians by their works and their deeds, not by them claiming they're Christians. And you can tell by these people's deeds, they don't know nothing about God. Not one thing. That's how you know. By their works and their deeds. Are these Christians or not? And they're not. Because you can't hate everybody and be a Christian. You can't hate everybody but your people and be a Christian. You just can't. It's not in the handbook. So Kanye's out. We going now to LA Council members. Let's do this. So LA Council members made racist statements behind closed doors. Council President Nori Martinez described a council member's son as she said basically she told one of her friends that a council member was handling his son as if he was an accessory. And then said a word in Spanish that described the councilman's son as a monkey. Now, these are Latinos, right? These are Mexicans, whatever people want to call themselves today. They're Latin people, put it that way. Spanish-speaking people. Being racist, but this is not a new thing. We've always known that there are Mexicans and Latino people who want to be white. But the thing is, what a lot of these Latino wannabe white people don't realize is these white people see through you. They know who you are. They may talk to you nicely and everything else, but you ain't in the club. You ain't. You ain't in the club. Hell, they barely let the Irish in. I mean, you can't get no whiter than Irish. But according to them, you can. That ginger hair fucks it up for the Irish. They fighting the Irish because they don't believe that they're real. They're like green niggers because they got red hair. That's Europe. So what makes you think, Miss Latina, Miss Nori Martinez, that they're gonna think any better of you? LA Council members. This is some sad shit, really. But see, that goes to show y'all too, because I lived in California for 15 years. And people call it the most liberal place in the United States, and it's not liberal. It's not liberal at all. It's liberal when it comes to cats, dogs, animals, pollution, and stuff like that. When it comes to people, it's not so liberal. Chris Rock said the same thing one time. It's not liberal. Not in Hollywood, it's not liberal. It's very conservative. Now, actors will tell you, it's not true at all. It's very liberal. Nah, don't buy that bullshit. If that was the case, you'd have a hell of a lot more black directors, actors, producers, and all this other kind of stuff. No, it's still very white. It's still very white. It has to keep its power now. That's why I kept trying to tell people before. There is no liberal and conservatives. There's only one team here. Frederick Douglass said it too. There's no Republican or Democrat. There's only really one team. Now, the only reason why we've been riding with the Democrats is because they brought us more than the Republican side has brought us. That's the only reason why we've been riding with the Democrats. But at the end of the day, they're still mostly white in power on both sides. And they're just fighting with each other over little shit. They don't care what really happens to us in the middle. Because the laws would have been changed so drastically by now. If they really would have cared about the African American that they dragged from the slave shores, so many things would have been so drastically different by now. But they don't. They want just enough to keep us teetering. That's what it truly is. It's one system. And it's up to us, unfortunately, to have to fight that system on our own. Because the people that created that system, the people who created the trouble, those are the ones that should be taking care of this right now. The ones that came to be so trained, that claim to be so liberal and everything else. This is their fight. Racism is their fight, not ours. It's their fight. But they refuse to fight it. Even the good ones, they refuse to fight it. So it's still on our African American shoulders to handle this, as we're trying to do. Now, The next thing we're going to move on to is a mock slave auction in California, Yuba City High School. The forfeited their football season, Northern California, where black players acted like slaves while white players bid on them. Now, some people was talking about, did the black folks have Stockholm Syndrome when they decided to do this or play along with this shit? See, that's why black folks, we need to talk to our children. We really do. We need to talk to our children. Because this is just sad. This should never happen. You should never have a black child, female or male, playing along in a slave auction. I remember when I was 20 and some change, I was living in Charlotte, and I was hanging out with a guy named Ace. He's from what they call the Middle East. And there was a white guy that was cool with him, and we go hang out all the time. Now, we were playing video games today, and the white boy was like, oh, fuck you, nigga. And he was talking to Ace, the Middle Eastern guy. And I said, what was that? He said, fuck you. He said, no, I was talking to Ace. You know, and Ace was like, no, it's cool, cool. I said, oh, you let him call you nigga. Okay, that's because you was born over there. I said, we don't do that here. He said, well, my best friend, you know, the white guy, well, say, my best friend, I call him nigga. He called me nigga all the time. I said, he from Charlotte? He's like, yeah. I said, okay, well, he don't know either. He ignorant. You don't let nobody white call you nigga. That's just how, that's where I'm from. That's how we do. You don't let nobody white call you nigga. And certain black people need to be careful how they call you nigga, because we all know as black people, nigga can mean a lot of things. Nigga can mean, what's up, man? What's up, nigga? What's up? Fuck you, nigga. That's that nigga, too. So you got to be careful. And then throw a white boy in the mix with all that stuff. No. There is no passes. There are no passes for Eminem or nobody else. There ain't no passes. Nigga, you get swung on. Sorry. But these kids today don't have that idea. They've been brought up with this idea since they've been, I guess, living close in quarters with white folks that are cool with them and parents, they can go over their house. So they think their kids is okay for them to use the lingo because they don't understand the meaning of the word. And it shouldn't be used by anybody that ain't your peer, that ain't black. And some people are, oh, bury the word altogether if you ain't black. I think if you black, you say the fuck you want to. Our ancestors earned the right in blood for us to be able to call each other whatever the fuck we want to do. But white folks, that's different. Can't do that. You playing a very close, a very interesting game. Because I said, you might call him, but don't ever call me nigga. And me and the white boy was cool. We was really cool. He was a cool guy. Never called me nigga either. But I made that shit up front so he would know there will be repercussions and consequences. That's just not something you do. It's just, from where I'm from, you just don't do that. No. But there are kids today that's doing that because they don't know. And can you imagine being in a mock slave auction? What would make you, now they said that at this school it was more whites than blacks there, but still you ain't going to intimidate me to be in no slave auction. That's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. No would be the word. You know, plain and simple. Fuck you. That will be the word of the day. There's nothing you going to be able to do to make me be in your slave auction. That shit ain't funny. How'd they convince these black people that shit was funny to be in a slave auction? Fake or not. Anyway. All right, people. It's been all love here. Don't forget, if you would love to contribute to Lee's Corner, please do so. It'll be going down the bottom of the thing. We got Apple Pay. No, we ain't got an Apple Pay. What am I thinking? We got Cash App. We got Venmo, Zelle. Hit me up so we can keep this going. This great experience going. That's my time for today. And remember, always tune in Lee's Corner where we talk about the things you want to talk about. Y'all have a blessed day.